And the widget hierarchy for a basic program, let's say I'm creating a program that converts feet to meters. Okay, so it's a basic calculation program. So I've got a root element. Usually this is the main window of your program. Unless you have a very complex program, most of it takes place in a single window. And that window is the root or the main piece of your program. Inside that, you have at least one content frame. A frame is a type of widget that groups controls together. It doesn't actually provide any interaction with the program. What a frame does is it groups controls together for the purpose of displaying them in a certain way and for the purpose of keeping things that belong together together. And then for the program, you're going to have some labels, one that says meters, one that says feet and meters and equivalent to. And then you're going to have an entry box that says feet and a button that says calculate. Okay, and those would be the basic pieces. And that you look at that and you think, man, that's a lot of widgets for what should be a simple program. But if we look at that, there we go. Okay, so there is the program that I just described. It's running in TKInterface, and you can see the button matches the buttons on my Mac. The window controls are the standard Windows control. Everything looks like the other stuff on my computer for the most part. And so it doesn't feel weird or out of place or whatever. But you can see that has all of the things I just described. It has the main window, which would be root. And then it has inside that a content frame. You can't see that because it is just a grouping of things. You can make it so that the content frame is visible or the borders of it are visible, but a content frame's purpose is to group things for the purpose of layout and for the purpose of keeping them together. And so you may not see it. In this case, you don't, but it's there. It surrounds all of these controls inside the window. And then we have the labels is equivalent to the one that says feet, the one that says meters, and then there is a label here in between is equivalent to and meters that's blank right now, because that's where I'm going to display the answer in just a minute. And then I have an entry box where I'm going to put the number of feet. And so this program is very simple. It converts feet to meters. So if I say 3 feet and I hit calculate, it gives me 0.9144 meters because 3 feet and 1 meter are pretty close to the same, right? And so that's the whole program. Now, if I look at the code for this program, this is the code. It's not super long, but I want to point something out that's of interest. This function here does the calculation and displays the answer. So that is where all of the work in the program is being done. All of the rest of this, all of the rest of that is creating the window and the controls. So in terms of the balance of where you're putting your work in a TKInterface program, most of the work in a simple program is going to be put into creating the interface. Even with something that makes it simple, like TK, this actually does most of the work is done in that part. And I was actually using this for some coding yesterday, so I had to lose my large print edition. So there, now you can actually see the code. That's not as practical when I'm actually trying to get some work done because I can't see anything.